As a manufacturer, your business performance is fundamentally the net sum of how efficiently employees transfer raw materials into finished products that meet specified customer requirements. Given the dynamics inherent in manufacturing, you can improve your results by simply automating material and labor tracking to eliminate error-prone manual steps and get actionable information faster. If you can take the next step, integrating material and labor tracking into a single solution, there's potential to boost your performance even more. Infor Visual Barcode Transaction System, BTS, can help you solve all these business problems and more. BTS is a quick and low resource tool to create labor and inventory transactions. It is designed to be used at a workstation with a barcode scanner attached or a handheld wireless terminal. There are two components of BTS: an automated material tracking system and an automated labor tracking system. The automated material tracking system uses radio frequency barcode or RF technology to do many things, including recording the recipient of materials and instantly updating purchase order statuses, issuing raw materials to work orders, scanning finished goods and instantly updating work orders, displaying production throughput, and tracking physical inventory and cycle counting. The automated labor tracking system uses RF barcoding technology to do many things, including recording the accumulation of direct hours expended against specific work orders, entering quantity completed and deviated, recording indirect hours not specific to a work order, accessing reliable data about setup and runtimes for a specific operation, and charging labor to an indirect code. BTS has a simple menu and interface. Material transactions are on the left, and labor transactions are on the right. Let's take a look at a BTS in action by viewing a demonstration of labor ticket transactions. 1. First clock an employee in by selecting menu item 1. 2. Then scan the employee ID to log them into the system. 3. Employee statuses can be verified by selecting menu item 8, then scanning the employee ID again to see that they are clocked to the default indirect MISC. 4. Then, clock the employee onto a work order by selecting menu item 3. 5. Scan the employee ID and then scan the operation of the work order from the work order traveler routing that the employee is going to work on. 6. The transaction is completed. You can check the status by clicking menu selection 8 and scanning the employee ID. The work order and operation that the employee is working on is returned on the status. 7. You can scan an employee out of a job by selecting menu item 5 and scanning the employee ID. BTS is going to ask for the quantity complete. In this example, the quantity completed is 40, and there was 0 deviated quantity. Click Y to signal the operation is complete. The transaction is complete. 8. In the case where an employee has to clock out of a job, for example the end of the day, and there are no quantity complete, click menu item 5, scan the employee ID, enter the work order quantity complete 0, and quantity deviated 0, and is the operation complete, enter N. The employee is now clocked out of the job. 9. To check the transactions going to labor ticket entry, click the search on the transaction ID, enter T in the from date and the to date so that only today's transactions are displayed. 10. Double-clicking on the line brings the transaction that was just done that had no quantity complete. The run was not complete and there was a log of 1 elapsed hours. 11. Once more, pull up today's transactions to find the one that had a completed process on it, noting that there was a quantity complete 40, setup complete, and run complete. You can see this by reviewing the elapsed hours. By reviewing the work order, notice that the operation was declared complete on the labor ticket transaction is complete. Now, let's take a look at an example of 2 purchase receipt transactions. 1. From the BTS menu, select A for purchase order receipts. 2. Then using the scanner, scan the barcode for the purchase order. 3. In this case, the scan of the purchase order returns 87365 for 1,000 1x2 tubes. 4. Scan the purchase order line. The scanner returns 1. 5. Either scan the warehouse ID, type it in, or the default is good, just press enter. 6. In our example, the default warehouse is good, so press enter. 7. From the purchase order, scan the quantity received. If fully received, or if different key in the amount in this case, scan the 1000 barcode. The transaction is complete. 1. From the BTS menu, select A for purchase order receipts. 2. Then using the scanner, scan the barcode for the purchase order. In this case, the scan of the purchase order returns 7878787 for 150 feet of sheet metal, the purchase order line. The scanner returns 1. 1. Either scan the warehouse ID, type it in, or if the default is good, just press enter. 2. In our example, the default warehouse is good, so press enter. 3. From the purchase order, scan the quantity received. If fully received, or if different key in the amount in this case, scan the 150 barcode. Transaction is complete. 1. We can then go look at the purchase receipts created. PO receipts 00109 and 00110 show the results of your BTS purchase receipt transactions. Let's now look at how to issue material to a work order. As we start this, we can see that there are no materials issued on this work order as of this time. Start the BTS. Select menu item C and click the barcode on the pick list report. Users can choose warehouse if the situation warrants, but in this case we'll skip it. Enter in the quantity issued and the transaction is completed. For the other material on the work order, again select menu item C, then scan the pick list barcode, select warehouse if applicable, and enter the quantity issued, and transaction is complete. Let's see what transactions BTS created. By opening the inventory transaction entry window, it shows us that transactions 730 and 731 for the same quantities was issued with the bit scan. Go back and look at the work order. If we refresh it, we can see that the material has been issued to the work order. Finally, let's take a quick look at a completed work order receipt into inventory. From the BTS menu, select menu item D, receipt from work order. Scan the work order ID from the traveler when prompted. When the warehouse where the finished good goes, in this case Maine, the location is first, and we receive 39 units in. The transaction is complete. This can be reviewed by going to Inventory Transaction Entry, clicking Transaction ID, and seeing that there is a receipt from a work order of 39 units. Finally, not only can you receipt from a work order, but you can also ship from a customer order. Select item E and ship from a customer order. Scan the customer order ID and either scan the customer order line or choose the warehouse. In this case, the default is fine. Then, select the quantity shipped. We said 95, but 38 is the supply available, so BTS asks if we want to ship more than we actually have on hand, so the answer Y for yes. Ship customer order line 2. Select the warehouse. Again, the default is good. For this line, we are shipping 115, and the transaction is complete. The order is shipped complete. To verify that the inventory transactions were completed, see material was indeed shipped by printing pack list 50007 and printing the pack list. There's the item's membership. With BTS, you can track raw materials and labor in a single solution. From order to cash, you can improve business process to better meet customer demands and improve your bottom line. This includes eliminating data entry errors, tracking inventory quickly and cost effectively, optimizing warehouse operations by keeping inventory flowing smoothly between locations, scheduling resources efficiently using reliable inventory and labor data. It also allows you to design and print barcode labels grouped by categories, such as raw materials, finished goods, trace lots, shipping, and receiving.